The only thing that stands between you doing something and not doing something is believing that it's possible for you to do it. That's what limiting beliefs are. They stop us believing we can actually do something. And when I was about to have my first baby at home, when I decided that that's what I wanted to do, there were a bunch of beliefs I had which were quite limiting that came in the way of me being able to believe that I could achieve it with ease and actually enjoy the process, which is what I wanted to do. And here are some of those beliefs. The first one was the fact that I was stressed in general about giving birth. And today I'm going to demonstrate a process to you that I have learned over the years of practicing NLP and hypnosis, the fastest way to eliminate a limiting belief and a stress associated to it because of the emotions that are involved, especially in something highly charged where one is fighting for their life like birth. It's something the body is just naturally physiologically prepared for experiencing one of the hardest things ever. So it really is that, we're talking about peak endurance, peak performance, peak exertion on the human body, and still being able to be in a state of calm and relaxation because I have installed the belief that I'll be okay. Even though this is happening, I'm going to enjoy it and I'm actually going to find it quite easy. So that is the way that I approached home birth, and I want to share that with you today because I really believe that if more women knew about it, it would be far more of a process that doesn't cause fear or overwhelm or even any residual upset after the birth, because that mother-child bond is allowed to flourish then because all the negative associations, negative emotions have been dealt with using this one technique that I learned from Dr. Teshna Biolu, who has practiced as not only a chiropractor in New York, also she was a doula who facilitated many home births successfully. So the first thing I would get myself or a client to do if I was planning a home birth was to muscle test my level of stress for home birth itself. So interlock fingers like this, test my name is Arub, it's strong, say my name is Teshna and it's weak. So I'm not going to obviously ask her to open, I'm going to ask her to resist as much as possible, but because I'm saying a statement that's false, my body's muscles are rendered weak and I'm able to separate when I attempt to do it. And then I would test my level of stress when I think about having birth at home. Is less than 1? Is less than 10? Is less than 100? Is less than 1,000? Some people are extremely stressed about it. For me, obviously, I've done it already, so I'm good. Here I was just showing you what it would look like if it was such a high stress. And then the sequence I would do is as follows. Just repeat after me. I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself, even though I feel really stressed when I think about having a home birth. I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself, even though I feel really stressed when I think about having a home birth. I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself, even though I feel really stressed when I think about having a home birth. Even though I feel really stressed when I think about having a home birth. Even though I feel really stressed when I think about having a home birth. Now underneath the left arm is just that the part on the side of the rib cage with 3 fingers going like this. Even though I feel really stressed when I think about having a home birth. And underneath the dip of the collarbone right here, even though I feel really stressed when I think about having a home birth. Now we're going to tap the knuckles on one side of the hand, close our eyes, open our eyes, and just breathe naturally in and out through the nose. Look down to one side without moving the head, look down to the other side without moving the head. Make a large slow circle with our eyes all the way around. And a large slow circle all the way the other way. And hum a tune. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Just going to count in threes and then hum a tune again. All the while I did that, I'm still tapping the trauma point, which is on either hand, between the last 2 knuckles. And now I'm going to just slowly tap and breathe here, and tap here, and tap here, and tap here, and relax. Now I'm going to test again. My level of stress when I think about having a birth at home is less than 10, and it should be strong. Like your number's gone down. It might not be 10, it might be 50 or something. Just test what the number is, and when you're strong, now we're going to repeat the whole sequence, and this time we're going to add, even though I still feel really stressed, if you're above 10, we say, I still feel really stressed about having birth at home because I've heard horror stories, because I've never done it before because I don't know how I'm going to do it, because I've heard it's very painful. Whatever your reason is, just stick it in there. And as you do this tapping sequence, I want you to add that statement at the end. And when you finish, test it again, and it's going to be lower. If it's lower than 10 now, I say, even though I still feel some stress about, and then tap again with another because statement until we're right at 0. And when you're at 0, that is when you know that the stress is gone, and you'll feel a significant shift after that. The next thing we would do is put in the positive belief. I'm okay with the belief that love and life means it's easy for me to have birth at home. And if you're weak on that, once you've muscle tested, we do the sequence and say, I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself, even though I'm unable, unwilling, and unworthy, to believe that love and life means it's easy for me to birth at home. And we do the whole sequence with that statement. And then another belief would be, it's in my best interest to birth at home. I'm willing to do what it takes. I'm okay with being supported by my husband, my family, my child, to have birth at home, by my midwives, by my doctor, by my own body. I'm okay to support myself, to eat and to sleep and to drink and to exercise in all the ways required for me to have an easy and joyful home birth. And then it literally is the case that if there's still a particular feeling, like a feeling of dread or terror, or like something bad is going to happen, we say, I can let go of the addiction to the chemicals produced in my brain and body when I feel terrified and overwhelmed or anxious when I think about having birth at home. Or maybe it's a distrust feeling that I feel in my body when I think about giving birth at home. And this is how we literally stop the body from firing the neurochemicals that get in the way of us getting what we want. And we train it instead in minutes to give us the feelings that we want. Like, I'm okay with feeling a sense of total ease and trust, knowing I'll be able to rely on my body to birth at home. And I'm okay with being in full support of myself to birth at home, knowing it's the best for my baby and for myself. These are the statements we say as we tap. And that way, the neurocircuitry is wired to the words itself, and we're able to have a far more easier time expelling the feelings that are in the